Hi, everybody. Hello, my darlings. How are you? My name is Asiya Dwakomi, and it's time for me to bring you updates in relation to all the stories that are greatly trending on social media. Wait, hold up. Let me do it properly. Hi. My name is Asiya Dwakomi, but you could call me the Golden Girl. I really love being called the Golden Girl. Anyway, so a huge thank you to all of you who sent in your messages during the news flash segment. We love you so much. Keep the messages coming in throughout the entire show because we are running through to 10 a.m. Now, let's get right into our very first trending story where, during the news flash segment, we're talking about Galamsey. I don't know how again this should be spoken of. This should be spoken about what exactly we are doing or we can do. But it seems to be worsening day in, day out. Illegal miners. I don't know how exactly that they can be brought to book, but something drastically needs to be done about this. There's something happening around Takoradi in Suta when it comes to Galamsey, and it's very disheartening. I am not too happy about it. So the Takoradi in Suta Railway, this is, just say, I don't even know how to express myself at the moment, but I want us to take a look at this video. You can share your thoughts with us on our social media platforms. On Facebook, it is Joy Prime. Our WhatsApp number is 055-157-5757. Let's take a look. You would wonder, how exactly did all of this happen? Because, this was actually a route that was used for hauling manganese. And so, just say, I've had it up to here, okay? Let's go on social media, let's read some comments. Let's see how netizens are reacting to this. Great work, Ghana is really doing good. To think we have authorities in this country, I know, I can tell you're being sarcastic. Cadman Atamel says, why are we doing this to ourselves? In civilized societies, the punishment for such grotesque antisocial behavior, which threatens the very survival of the collective, is swift, brutal, and decisive. Enough is enough. Revolution of Mind says a nation where citizens destroy state facilities for their personal gain. This one deserves to be thrown away into jail without trial. Barnes says, you see how unbelievable some people can be? These guys shouldn't be classified as humans because their existence is a destruction to all living things. Betia, that's how it's pronounced. All the people involved in this should be jailed. No mercy at all. Trazako Mayor says they are aware that they are destroying something better and government must search for them to punish them severely. As Osekron BF says, so there are no police chiefs or MCEs in that locality? What a joke, country. Like I said, I'm exhausted talking about this. Let's move on to the next trending story. Anyway, so, you can contribute to this. We'll be reading them in the course of the show. Anyway, so to the next one. Now, two white guys, two foreigners who are whites are currently trending on social media. In fact, throughout the weekend, they were trending. Oh my goodness, just So they were sifting through Obroniwewu. You know Obroniwewu? Yeah. And I can't remember that. Chancellor on this video, somebody was asking that, are they looking for their own clothes or something? Because they don't really understand what's going on. Anyways, in case you haven't seen the particular video, take a look at this.
We would all strong crash here, Kretibio Yisha. Nietzsche be pa. Yeah, Bakun and any black blessed selection, Pujo. You're the Rafuni Italian. Hey, oh, Brunio selection, Brunio selection. Hey, what's up with you? Share. Hey, those actually. We would all strong crash here, Kretibio Yisha. Nietzsche be pa. Yeah, Bakun and any black blessed selection, Pujo. You're the Rafuni Italian.
I see when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do, isn't it? I'm pretty sure they've stayed in Ghana for a while. And they be on Modoles Nasa. I say. It's it all just say. The hassle is beginning to get realer than they probably thought. But I don't think they even see anything wrong with what they're doing. They probably see it as very normal because they see Ghanaians doing it. So there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah? Okay. Let's go on social media. How are netizens reacting? Teresa Life says, in Europe, most of these people, most people these days think about sustainability and second-hand clothes and nothing to be ashamed of. Most of us don't even care about brand. I think differently says, he's probably seen a correct store reject shirts. Most of these Obroniwewu are actually good clothes, but they were put up for clearance sales. And after that, the store rejected them and they were shipped to us. Okay, let's move on. What do we have next? Official XOXO Liso says, Ghana na your mates. Barnes from Saturn says, Ghana economy go humble you. I tell you. Anyways, Catherine is saying, adding, Saturn says, the woman go sell 200 Ghana CD cash out. I tell you, like she's going to inflate the prices. Whoever is selling those brony will anyways, do we have some more? Okay, so Mami Afua says, the audio too funny. V Yali says, but I thought these selections came from them, Bia. Contribute to this. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. Now imagine that you find, sometimes when you go to a very remote town, a remote community, you don't necessarily expect to see certain things, right? So this particular house in this remote community is currently trending on social media because, the house back up, CCTV cameras, baby, and then I was even confused. I don't know exactly what this person or whoever lived there or the people that live there, I don't know exactly what they're trying to portray, but yeah, this house is trending because it has so many CCTV cameras. Just it. And you see, the funny thing is that it is only in Kumasi that you fight. Okay, hey, my Kumasianos, my own people, just take a look at the video.
Yeah, mammy, I say, bring you, man, for the amount for gays be chumone down hopa. To I do gay where we trembia or the cameras mark 150 about dano, who could not do Quachiro, who are the sort of Quachiro. So, he knows and so or the Quachiro, mammy, and dear Chia, Tiastra Mucho Muhi. I was here for hair of Kenya, really took me a mammy, or say, bring you, man, for the amount for gays be chumone down hopa. To I do gay where we trembia or the cameras mark 150 about dano, who could not do Quachiro.
Okay. But I don't know for the voiceover though. I don't know if that's what it really is, but yeah, he's probably assuming that is what it is. Okay, let's go on social media. Let's read some comments. What do we have? Sensational Zero says she definitely got jewelry. She's protected. Okay. But the CCTV cameras, how? Okay. Black God Fairy says they are storing gold in that building. And look at the Charles aspects. So no, there's something inside the house. Hala Jack says his home security system saw COVID from the future and warned us. We just didn't listen. XS Kobe Bill says Pentagon and Franz Nero is saying it be there Jesus go come rent when he comes. Nanadala is saying this is called don't mind the body, mind the inside. Kaya Cosmetics says, boy, Frank is saying only in Ghana, specifically Kumasi. If you have what TV says, she should submit them to God on Judgment Day, mum. Well, what do you think? All right, let's move away from that. Let's take an international story. Let's move away from Kumasi. Let's go to the United States of America, and that for months. Hip-hop rapper P. Diddy has been, or Sean Diddy Combs, has been massively trending on social media, where he was accused of sex trafficking. He was just accused of, engaging in all sorts of other ill activities, let me put it that way. I can't even find the right words to describe exactly how the court processing went, because a number of us saw it, a number of us read some of the witness statements, especially from singer Cassidy, who used to be his girlfriend. We saw some CCTV footages here and there, and the only word that a number of people were describing Diddy as was, he's a pervert. Yeah, that he was a pervert. And even at the point where they stormed his home in Los Angeles and then found so many very interesting items, including baby oil. Yeah, it made baby oil pretty popular at that period. And then the question that people were asking, what really was he using all those baby oils for? But anyway, so finally, Sean Diddy Combs, his court trial has come to an end, where now he's been hit with a verdict and he's been charged officially. Now, there are some sketches, that have been circulating on social media describing how Diddy's reaction was in court. Last week, Thursday, was when the sentencing happened. And then one of the things that I chanced on was that all his children were given an opportunity to speak in court, to speak to the heart, to speak to the emotional or the big side or the big heart side of the judge, to speak to the judge, to try and reduce the sentencing that was going to be given to their father. And in fact, when you listen to all of them, you would notice that the main thing that we're talking about was that they would lose a father if the sentencing ends up being too huge, that their little siblings would not have the opportunity to grow with their dad and have the love of a father. And most especially, his children, whose mother, Kim Porter, had passed away years ago. They spoke about the issue of they growing up. Already they're growing up without their mother because their mother is passed, and then now they will have to grow up without their father if the sentencing ends up being so huge. And the judge did appreciate how emotionally his kids spoke and said that, but the right thing needs to be done. And so finally, he sentenced Sean Diddy Combs to 50 solid months in prison. 50 solid months, which is 4 years and 2 months. So after 4 years, Sean Diddy Combs will be out of prison. He's already served close to a year. So we know that very soon. Fingers crossed. I wonder, on social media and when I posted it on my socials, people were saying that I wonder what will happen to him in prison. And then they pray and hope that certain things will be done to him in prison. Oh my God. But that's the news. So this is a sketch of Diddy, actually. So this is Diddy. He was very emotional in court. He cried, most especially when his kids started speaking. So this particular sketch that you're seeing is the moments that his kids were speaking, were very emotional. His kids actually broke down in court and were crying, and it made him emotional as well. So yes, officially, Sean Diddy Combs has been sentenced to 50 months in prison. Let's go on social media. Let's read some comments. Copy one says, I've seen, you already know this word, get more for selling a little weed. Eyes in Sosike says 4 years is not enough. N-word should be stoned. Oh. Bryce says the justice system is a joke. Redwan says not enough. It seems people are dissatisfied with this. Uber says Diddy 4 years, average man 40 years. Money doesn't buy freedom, it just discounts the sentence. Tammy says ended sex crimes and ruined generations of people, blew up cars and does as much time in jail as a kid does in high school. Okay. 60MF says the internet never forgets. The judge should be ashamed of himself. And the very question that I'm asking is if, Cassidy and the other lady who testified in court, are they okay with the sentencing? Are they satisfied with the sentencing? Well.